Christmas. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia. Hello.
I'm Sam Healy. Welcome back, folks.
I'm Sam Healy, the elf. What do you want?
Oh, make me a wooden horsey.
Welcome to our continuing series of 12 games at Christmas, in which we pick different categories. Today we're talking about family games. Everyone's family's different. Everyone's family's weird. But we're hoping, well, maybe not. My family's weird.
Weird is a sliding scale, so yes, everybody's family is weird,
that's
depending
so.
on your point of reference.
But we're trying to pick games you can play with your family. Maybe not your family, maybe just a group of friends. But these are more casual games.
They are
that
casual, they'll mix in different age groups as well, you know. That's more what I think about it. You can play with anybody, no matter kind of their sphere of knowledge as far as gaming, but also just age range. Bring everybody together at the gaming table.
Yeah, that's true.
What we're doing with each of these lists is we're picking 12 games. Each of us picks 4 of them, which yes, that makes 12. I've never done that joke. Let's continue.
Yes,
okay.
we have done that joke. And most of the ones we really tried to pick games that are like automatically available right now. You can go purchase them. You can find many of them at Cool Stuff Inc. Incorporated.
Tom's just getting too excited. He's dropping his microphone.
Okay, so we do want to say, hey, by entering this, there's a contest you can enter. Each video that we're doing on the 12 Days of Christmas, there's a way to enter the contest, and that's through Gstone. Gstone is a free app that you can download and put on your phone. It's a way to do many things. In this particular video, we want to emphasize the fact that you can look at games. Find a game that you want to play at your next party or get together or what have you. You can scroll through, find a game, you can search for a game, and you can rate a game. So in this particular video, if you register and rate a game, you're entered in automatically to win a $50 gift certificate to Cool Stuff, and you'll find out if you've won on December 2nd. So go ahead and start ranking those games.
Cool.
We're about to tell you about some good ones, though, starting with Mr. Healy.
Okay. All right, my first one on this list is a beautifully designed and produced game from Druid City Games called The Grim Forest. That was a cool effect, huh?
No special effects here.
Anyway, I really do enjoy this game. It has great components. It has, I know this is weird to say this, but it has a great insert as well. All of the things that are part of this game fit inside the insert so that it stores really well. It plays really fun as well, and it's got that really interesting and familiar theme wrapped around it, where you're the 3 pigs and you're just trying to make your go in the world. So check it out. It's called The Grim Forest. Really well-produced game. That's my first pick.
All right, and my first pick is a game called Camel Up. This is a racing game, but what you are racing and betting on are camels. And you are going to be advancing those camels by rolling dice out of a really cool plastic pyramid. You are going to be placing bets on who's going to come in first, who's going to come in last.
Me!
You're not a camel, sir, and you are trying to make the most money. It's a very energetic, exciting game. If you're looking for a game that's going to get everybody standing up and cheering for little wooden camels, this one will actually do that. So, Camel Up.
I've definitely stood up in this game
As
before.
have I. It is fun.
I want to talk about gizmos. Who doesn't like machines and marbles? I think I like both of those things, and that's what Gizmos is about.
Together.
And they just came out with a second edition of this game that has a plastic marble dispenser in it. And in this game, you are building a machine. You're going to be taking these marbles out of this machine as they come down this ramp and using those to activate your machine to eventually try to get victory points. And as the game goes by, your machine gets cooler and you get new cards. And after someone has a certain number of parts, you add the number of points and someone wins. It looks more complicated than it is. It's fairly a simple game. And the idea of taking the marbles, sometimes you get to even reach in the machine and pick any marble you want. I like stuff like that. I said marbles a lot in this game because I do like marbles, but the machinery part is fun.
Part of it, yeah.
Marbles are very marble-tastic.
They're good until you lose them. My number 9, Gizmos.
Step on them.
No, no. Kudos to you, sir.
Yeah.
My number 2, well, my second pick, has marbles in it as well.
What?
Fewer of them, but still, it's called Fireball Island: The Curse of Volcar.
The Curse of Volcar.
Now, this one has a pretty strong dexterity element to it, because part of the thing that you're going to be doing is you're going to be flicking those little marble fireballs off, trying to hit your opponent's characters off the island, make them fall down, and restart their trek up the mountain, whatever you might want to call it. But it's a really neat game. It is a reprint from Restoration Games of an older game from back in the 80s, I think. But it's been redone. A lot of the mechanisms have been rejiggered, so to speak. So it's a really fun game. I've had a lot of fun playing this with my kids. Fireball Island: The Curse of Volcar.
My next pick is a game called Ticket to Ride London. You might be familiar with Ticket to Ride, and this is a great family game as well. But Ticket to Ride London is a smaller, more compact reworking of that same idea. You are going to, of course, be laying down tracks or passenger routes in London by drawing cards and then playing them out in sets. Sort of a rummy style game. Collecting sets, playing them out. Cool thing is, well, the setting, it's London, it's wonderful, but also your bids in this game are double-decker buses. If you want to celebrate London,
I once rode in one.
If you want to jockey for positioning and routes in London with your family, this is a really good pick. Very colorful game, very short and quick, punchy game. Ticket to Ride London.
All right, I want to talk about something you can buy in London at a sushi restaurant anyway. I'm trying to do cool transitions.
Ooh.
Sushi roll.
Stick with the list.
Hey, every time we go to London, we have sushi.
We do?
We do. At the airport.
That's true. I wouldn't have
right.
necessarily talked about airport sushi on this list.
It's actually a really good restaurant. No, Sushi Roll is a very simple game where you're drafting dice. So you're going to have these little platforms with dice. People are going to roll these dice, and you're going to collect them, and you get points for sushi. It's a very simple game with a little bit of interaction, as you sometimes will steal a die from somebody else, and you're trying to get the best dice and do different collection of sushi. It's based on a very popular game, Sushi Go, a drafting game. This one is if you have fewer players, maybe 3 or 4 players, this one works really well for. Highly recommend it. Sushi Roll.
I haven't played this one yet. How much like Sushi Go is it?
It is a lot like it, except it has dice. And I think it has a little bit more interaction between the players,
Yeah.
and also dice.
Yeah.
Cute dice.
I want to play it. All right, my next pick is a game called The Quacks of Quedlinburg. Now, this has a mechanism in it that I usually don't like that much, and that's pulling things out of the bag and using whatever you pull out of the bag. And I usually don't like it because in other games it's heavily reliant upon luck. You're just pulling things out, and everybody's pulling from the same bag. Well, in this one, you have your own bag that you're building and pulling things out of, and that's what I like about this. And I also like the mechanism of placing those things out, and that determines how many points you score, and that's the engine that you're really trying to pull from. And I really like this one a lot. The cardboard components are okay, but they show their wear very fast. So you might have to also purchase one of the upgrade packs that you can find, I think, on BGG and that type of thing, where they have actually like plastic replacements for those cardboard items. But it's a fun game. I really did enjoy it. So that's my third pick, The Quacks of Quedlinburg.
Love this game.
My next pick is has a very toy-like quality. It's a game called Slide Quest, and this is really going to bring people around the table. You might be familiar with those puzzles in which you are moving a wooden platform in all dimensions, trying to roll a marble, or a ball bearing around a little maze.
I always die in hole 22, so I gave up on it.
That's a very tough little puzzle, but this is basically that with friends. You are going to be using that lever there to have a piece roll around the board, follow a path, and go to a certain spot. And you'll be going through levels doing that. Of course, you only have one lever if you're playing with 4 people. So the communication, that panicked moment where you went a bit too far and it starts to roll away from you, so you ease up, and you ease up too much and it rolls back. Really fun, kind of frenetic, great game for a group of 4 to have that quick-paced action going on. Really recommend this Slide Quest. Check that one out.
My kids really enjoy this game.
Yeah.
My next one, you want to be a cowboy? I like being cowboys. This game allows you to be a cowboy, and that is Western Legends. In Western Legends, everyone is playing a cowboy. Some are good, some are bad. You get to go around, you get to rob banks, you get to mine gold, you get to rob the other players, you get to arrest the players who are robbing other players and take those players to prison.
That's where it's at, right?
You can
there.
break out of prison, reform,
No.
or not. It's up to you. And so if you like all that old Western shootout stuff, there's a lot of cool things you can do in this game. You can play poker, you can go rustle up cattle, or be a good cowboy and take the cattle where it's supposed to go. Western Legends lets you be a cowboy.
That is a good game. I guess it's my turn now. For my last and final pick for this list, I decided to be a little bit cheeky because Z already said Ticket to Ride London. I'm going to say Ticket to Ride New York.
What? That's a different city.
It is. And as such, it is a different game.
You get taxi cabs.
Little taxi cabs instead of double-decker buses. There's a slight variation in the rules as well, but I really do like this line of Ticket to Ride. I'm really just going to say Ticket to Ride London or New York because, quite frankly, basically the same concept where it is a truncated version of Ticket to Ride that you can play in about 30, 45 minutes. And it's really, really a cool experience. So take it or leave it. New York, London, whatever you like, but go check it out.
Forget about it.
Pretty fun.
Speaking of lines of games, my next pick is from the Azul line of games, an excellent line for families, and there are 3. You've got Azul, and this one here is Azul Stained Glass of Sintra. There's a new one as well. Feel free to check that out. But this one is one of the more captivating ones in the line. You are, of course, drafting tiles like in all the other ones. These really cool wooden bits. Plastic molded bits. And in this one, they're supposed to be glass. So they're translucent as well. They just look phenomenal.
Yes.
You are drafting these. You are building your windows. When you complete those, you'll score some victory points, and you try to have the most points possible. Nice turn tension as folks before you might take what you need, so you're worried about that. But the game is so straightforward, so attractive on the table. This is a really fun one to give somebody as a gift, or hey, the great thing about family games is when you give it to someone as a gift, it's kind of a gift for you too.
What? Don't be telling the secrets.
Shh, don't tell them though. It's definitely just for them, but you'll have fun with it too. Azul Stained Glass of Sintra.
All right, the last game I want to talk about, many people know Catan, where you roll dice and get resources. This is a game that's similar to that called Machi Koro Legacy. Now this one, legacy games are often fairly big, long, complex games. Machi Koro Legacy is not that way. Instead, in this game, there's a series of 10 games that you play where you will be changing things permanently, and once you get to game 11, you kind of have your own little custom set of Machi Koro. And it will also teach you a new rule, a small change each one, but the base thing is roll some dice, and then if you have buildings with those numbers on, you get coins. And you're trying to get coins so you can buy more buildings. And then you have to determine whether you want to buy a 7. Maybe a 7 building will get you a couple coins, but a 10 building gets you a lot more coins, but 10s aren't rolled as often as 7s. And there's a lot of cool little things in here. This is probably the only legacy game I would recommend for families to jump into at the onset, and it works really well. If you like Machi Koro, you'll like it. If you've never played it, you'll also like it. And everyone's going to like it. You have to like it. You like it! Okay, sorry. Getting off topic. Machi Koro Legacy. And that's that. Those are our 12 games for families to check out. We certainly recommend that you try them all out and maybe get some of them for your family members themselves. And don't forget to enter our contest that we mentioned at the very, very beginning of the episode. And come back and visit us for the rest of our series here of the top 12 games
8
of
more
Christmas.
of these. Lots of choices for you.
There you go. And I think we put almost different games in every single one. There's a lot of good games out there.
Yep.
Until next time, though, I'm Tom Vassell.
I am Z Garcia. Thank you.
Sam Healy. See you on the flip side, folks.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando, in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.